Hey everybody, video here for you today, and I think today we're just going to document a couple lost, forgotten ancient mound sites. And you see my map here is getting pretty full, but these sites are all unique and there's something different about each and every one of these if you really look into it. But this is a place that was destroyed for, as you can see here, the dam project, and that kind of is the way it goes with a lot of ancient sites. Mainly because they were built along riverways. Today, progress has wiped out more than a few of them, but let's just go down here and take a look at what this site looks like from ground level. Here, down on Street View, this is the Carter's Lake Dam, and when this was put in, we lost a couple mound sites. One of them was right here, and then out here in the distance, there was a site called Little Egypt, totally lost to history, covered up by the waters of the dam project here. As we back out here, here is the Sixtoe Mound site in this general area here, and then submerged right off of here there was a site called the Little Egypt Mounds. They consisted of 3 platform mounds, seemed to be a pretty important place. Hernan Desoto visited here in 1540. This was the capital of the Kusa culture, what they called the Little Egypt Mound site, submerged today. But just some general information on the mound. It says Six Toe Mound. It gives a site number, is an archaeological site in Murray County, Georgia, excavated by Arthur Randolph Kelly from 1962 to 1965 as part of the Carter's Dam project conducted for the National Park Service by the University of Georgia. The site consisted of a low platform mound and an associated village. The majority of the mound was excavated, and I'll show you a pic of that here in a second. And some information on the mound itself. The majority of the excavation was conducted on the Six Toe Mound. The Six Toe Mound was apparently a low, extensive platform mound of solid clay or gumbo construction, perhaps originally about 6 or 7 feet above the terrain and the original river levee. This is especially important in that when the Kusawati River would flood, the mound would become an island until the water receded. The Six Toe Mound contained various zones of construction. Zone A was a sub-mound soil complex of dark clay with lots of silt, where the original land surface was uneven. But it just goes over the different layers of the mound: clay, organic materials, some charcoal. The features of initial interest in this mound were the stone boulders, which varied from 2 to 75 pounds. These boulders formed a continuous mantle along the east escarpment of the mound. And I don't know if I've read of that before. I know there was stone used in some of the mounds, but this really gives some detail of that. This wall was 12 to 14 inches wide and most likely served as a major factor in stabilizing erosion downslope. The Six Toe Mound was located over 400 yards from the village site and most likely served as a ceremonial center. What else? Which had large dormitory-like structures, 2 of which were 40 by 70 feet. On the summit of the mound, pottery shards were also found, and 3/4 of the pottery was limestone tempered plain and complicated stamped. And this lack of shell tempered or sand tempered pottery, as found in other sites in the area, is somewhat of an anomaly. A number of non-ceramic artifacts were found, which included shell hoes, bone awls, a rough chipped stone spade, projectile points, flint knives, and a pair of ground stone napkin ring ear spools. Now here's a pic I found taken in August of 1963. Here you see they are doing excavating of the mound site here, and there's really no detail with this pic, but you notice there are pits and very large stones at this site. That is kind of rare for a mound site, but what exactly was found here as far as the original condition or the original purpose and shape of the city, well, that's all lost to history. And here is a little more close-up view of some of those large stones and pits that were dug during the excavation here. Close-up view of the excavation work here, 1963. This place totally lost to history. A lot of huge rocks here, that is for sure, and some of them line the Pyramid Mound. Now, I did find one PDF on the Little Egypt site, just briefly here. I'll just show you a little bit, but they did have a site plan here, a big mound A and a big mound B, and there was a whole village site. There was a smaller mound, but this seemed to be a pretty important area. This was the capital of the Kusa culture, and 1,000 years ago it was maybe home to 50,000 people. But on the site he even documents some household structures and what they were all about. It says when Warren K. Moorhead visited Little Egypt in 1925, he was able to make a surface collection in the village area. By 1969, much of the site was covered by 30 to 60 centimeters of alluvium. Haley speculated that most of the alluvium had been deposited since European occupation of the area circa the 1830s. Both mounds have been reshaped through plowing and flooding. The steep north slope of Mound A was likely formed by floodwater erosion. The gentle, gradual east sides of Mound A were likely caused by both erosion and plowing. The north and east sides of Mound B have also been altered by considerable floodwaters. The south slope of Mound B has apparently been plowed. When the site was last farmed in 1968, the entirety of the village area and both mounds were under cultivation. Now here is the proposed route of the Desoto expedition, and when they came up into ancient America, many of these sites were called different things than they are today, but this is where the Sixtoe and Little Egypt site would have been right here. The Kusa culture visited here in 1540. But that is just a quick video on the Six Toe Mounds and the Little Egypt Mound site. Nothing left today, gone because of dam construction, but just thought I would document this. If you don't have anybody talking about what once was, it'll never be again. Hope you thought that was interesting. You all have a very nice day.